Alrighty. More learner's permit, I guess is what we're calling it. Still trying to create a balanced randomizer preset, and this is yet another test of that. I want that because I want the MP. I also need this for the neutron bomb. So the idea of this preset is you're going to get the neutron bomb like you would normally if you get the 41 hearts before talking to Dracula, and then you can use that neutron bomb to do death skip, keeping your starting gear. And then on top of that, the seed also will have you be, you will be required to do Richter skip as well. Is the current randomizer not balanced? It's random. It depends on what you mean by balanced. I'm trying to make one that is balanced around speedrunning. The current randomizer is not balanced around speedrunning, no. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't like test stuff on stream anymore because I guess everybody's brains melted at the idea of me like testing stuff. And everybody fell off the wagon in chat, but it's fine. Just post Joel. Chat, you know what to do. Spam Joel. I like this cape color. It is quite nice. So we're starting with Ice Brand. Oops. We do have to be careful here. Another thing that I think a lot of people won't be prepared for when they're starting out learning this preset is you have to kill a specific number of zombies. I think you have to kill minimum 1, but no more than 3. Otherwise, the death skip won't work properly. Like, you won't get the level up where you're supposed to. So that's going to be another bit of learning that a lot of people will have to do. Like, you have to level up off of this warg specifically in order to keep your starting gear. And you can use the neutron bomb. That one definitely works. My brain forgot the visual cue for a second. It's a 2-frame window to get that to work. I think I had it on the other frame, but I just forgot if that was the correct frame or not. So yeah, we get to keep all of our starting gear. We get to start with an opal, which is interesting. We've started with cash a decent number of times already. So as long as we find a familiar card that lets us do shop glitch, we'll be able to actually start with shop glitch and an opal, which is nice. I wonder if it's worth skipping that item. Probably in a race scenario, I would skip that item since I started with decent starting gear. I should have checked to see if this is Alucard or Alucard shield. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. A light glitch seed. I'm essentially allowing certain glitches, yeah. It's my way to force people to stop being lazy and to actually learn the basic glitches of speedrunning this game. Because they're not difficult. You can do them very consistently every single time. And most of the stuff people learn in the randomizer is harder than just learning the any % speedrun. Oop. You can learn all of the glitches in like an hour, not even just in a day. All of them can be learned incredibly quickly if you have somebody like actually teaching you them. You get Cube of Zoe, Mist Wolf, and Bat. And I think that's it. In any %. But that's because the other relics are out of the way. It's not because they're bad. Like in all bosses, we go out of our way to get gravity boots because it's like on the way and it speeds up movement a lot. Oh yeah, and the fairy card for shop glitch, that's true. Yeah, maybe I'm foolish for assuming anybody will actually like try and learn and practice for a tournament, but like ideally this is for a tournament, so people would want to practice anyways. So having them practice individual like tricks and glitches shouldn't be too much. You know what I mean? And if you don't want to do this, like no one is forcing you to. You know what I mean? Like if you just want to casually play the randomizer and be like, oh man, I can't believe the randomizer forces me to do glitches. It's like, no, it doesn't. Just don't play this preset. Yeah, learn the glitches or else gun emoji, exactly, yeah. I mean, I can talk about my frustration forever. Also, starting with Leapstone does make me feel like I should go up here, like similar to how we do in Lycanthrope. Why not? I'm also not forcing any, like, make or break super difficult tricks. Like, at worst, I guess people might soft lock if they are unfamiliar and underprepared for the Richter skip. But even then, there's a way to do it so you never soft lock. So... Gravity boots, okay. I'll take Leapstone into gravity boots. That's fine for me. Yeah, if you're uncomfortable, just take the time loss instead of the soft lock, exactly. Relic skip is mad hard. It's not, you're just doing it wrong. If you think relic skip is hard, it just means you're doing it wrong. Much like every glitch in this game, if you think it's hard, it's because you're doing it wrong, unless it's objectively one of the hard ones that's like multiple frame perfect inputs back to back, which honestly is not really a thing in like very many speedruns. There are very few speedruns that are that tight and difficult in this game. None of the stuff that you have to learn for this preset would be that difficult. Even if I added relic skip in, I don't think that that's difficult at all. It's just another thing you would have to learn. And if you think it's hard, it just means you're doing it wrong. Why is it's... Well, I guess it is technically slightly harder than death skip because you do have to know about when to time your bat transformation and then know how to do the wing smash afterwards. But as far as like getting the reverse shift line to happen, it is just as hard as death skip because it's the same. It's a 2-frame window. They are both a 2-frame window, and you can map buffer both of them. If you save before Richter and softlock, do you lose your save? No. In what video game do you get your saves deleted because of a softlock? Are there video games that do that? Is that a thing? Yes? Which game? Which game deletes your saves if you softlock? A couple of the Zelda 2 hacks? Well, that's not a video game, that's a ROM hack. That just sounds like someone that doesn't know how to make a ROM hack. Am I going the wrong way? I don't have a transformation, so I can't fight Aurochs. I guess it's not out of the question that you could soft lock and like lose data that way, but this game, that's not the case. Because none of the soft locks require like data. At least the soft locks that I'm aware of, maybe there is some data corruption soft locks that exist, but data corruption is not a thing that you would casually end up doing. Like if you soft lock the game whilst doing data corruption, then you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and besides, guys, SotN is a perfect game with 0 bugs or glitches, so I don't know what you're talking about. All of this is intended. Igarashi intended all of that. Bro, this dude, all he do is spit fire. Crazy. Yeah, I find that insane that they're... Oh, I already killed freaking... I killed Minotaur and Werewolf. I didn't need to watch that cutscene. Oh, yeah, no. There is... None of the things that I'm asking a player to do are difficult or scary at all. I guess you could softlock if you miss the jump after doing death skip. That is a softlock that can happen. But, like, I don't know. Just don't miss the jump. If you miss that jump, you're, like, bad anyways. In all of the tournaments that we've had, I don't think anybody's ever missed that one jump. So, I don't know. I at the end of the day, this is a preset that I'm making with the exact, like, use case in mind, is that it's for speedrunners to speedrun the game with. So, like, if a speedrunner messes up their movement and softlocks and loses, it's like, GG's, you got owned. That's a skill issue. Right? Like, I don't feel bad if something happens and you lose the race because of a skill issue, right? Like, this isn't a preset for casual playthroughs. It's designed with speedrunning in mind. Every other preset is designed with casual playthroughs in mind. Like, literally all of the other ones are designed with casual presets or casual playthroughs in mind. This is not one of them. Yeah, the Dragon Helm's pretty nice. How's my day going? It's fine. We're chilling. Yeah, we haven't been to the library yet, so checking the familiar cards, I think, is a good practice, because we could do shop glitch if this was, if it was like sword card or fairy card, we could have done shop glitch. Yeah, we'll just keep going this way. I guess I'll put this on now. What do I think of replacing the Vlad requirement with a heart refresh? I've been thinking about it. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that idea quite yet. Because, like, the consequences of that are such that the final Vlad is the most important, like... It's weird, right? Because then all of the other locations don't matter, right? That means the second castle doesn't matter. Like, 99% of the second castle is completely useless. Because a big part of, like, what makes the second castle routing interesting in Randomizer is that you need to account for the fact that every location is completely random, right? And there are random Vlads that you need to find. Also, that's incredibly insane. So removing the need for random Vlads entirely, I think, changes the scope of the randomizer a lot, right? And I just don't know the consequences of that currently. Like, that might be too far. Like, think of all of the presets, or sorry, all of the races where you find the random, like the final Vlad relic at Spikebreaker, and you, like, you know, went to Spikebreaker, like, super out of logic. So you found it, like, 20 minutes in, but instead of that being the final Vlad relic, it's a heart refresh, and you can literally just go beat the game, right? There's nothing stopping you from beating the game at that point. Yeah, it would be a race for heart refresh plus bat, and then that's beating the game. And I just don't know if I want that. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. but it changes a lot about how these randomizers would be raced. And I kind of like the Vlad requirements because it forces you to play through the game. Adds a massive element of luck. Not necessarily. Because we know where it's going to be for the most part. Like, it's going to be in the last Vlad spot, and the last Vlad spot is relatively consistent. It's only like a handful of locations that could ever actually be the last Vlad, if you have complexity on, that is. If this is a 0 complexity, then it just turns into a luck fest for sure. What up, Seto? I don't think it would be a bad race category. I think it's just one of those things that I have a hard time seeing the outcomes, and it feels like that's a really big change. And we're already changing a lot.
Thank you.
We're already changing a lot of things. Also, I guess I'll just sell one of these.
I'm interested.
Thank you.
We'll see if I need to sell both. Doesn't seem like it.
Thank you.
Seems like this shop honestly kind of sucks ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's like nothing in here. All right.
Farewell for now.
This is Alucard shield. There wasn't a shield rod in there, right? Nah. What if the heart refresh is locked behind Merman or Mist or Rings? Yeah, that's what it being the final Vlad would end up meaning anyways, that it would be locked behind. You couldn't just find it immediately. That's like the whole point. I mean, it would just turn the randomizer into a get, I'm going the wrong way. Get bat, and then check all of the highest complexity locations for heart refresh, because those are just too high value, and then you just beat the game. I think that's too powerful. It also means that if you find the heart refresh in Castle 1, it means Castle 2 is completely useless, right? If you find heart refresh in Castle 1, Castle 2 is like, there's no reason to even like fight any of the bosses or do any of the stuff in Castle 2. Castle 2 is completely just skip everything. Dude, Seto, I actually had that that Apple version of Mega Man X as well. It's dog shit. It's crazy that it exists, though. It's so bad. Yeah, I just have a hard time thinking that it's a good idea to have the heart refresh be the thing that unlocks the end game or unlocks Shaft and Dracula, when it's going to lead to just skipping so much of the game at that point, where at least the Vlad relics force you to interact with the game more so, because you can't just skip everything and go to the end. I genuinely think it's too much power. Well, that's the thing, is like making a rule where you have to get all the Vlads and then do relic skip is stupid. Yeah. So I would just keep it the same. Although I do think it would be nice to make people learn relic skip, but it's like, that might just be too much, right? Maybe it's just like, okay, I already learned death skip, I already learned Richter skip. I'm like literally 2/3 of the way there. There's only one other skip that you need to actually learn to do any percent, which is relic skip. I'm pretty sure people could learn relic skip on their own at that point, if they were interested anyways. Is it possible forced heart refreshes the complexity relic? Yes, but that doesn't fix the issue. That's what we were talking about. if Heart Refresh is the complexity relic, all you need to beat the game is the complexity relic, aka Heart Refresh, and Bat. And that's it. And then you can go beat the game. It's too powerful. Because imagine all the times that we get the complexity relic outside of logic, right? By checking Spike Breaker early, or by like doing out of logic flight or something. It means that the entire second castle at that point is useless. Once you have Heart Refresh, there's no reason to check anything else. Because even if you have the final complexity relic in like any other preset, you still have other Vlad relics you have to worry about, which means you are still forced to explore and check other locations. And it means that there's a mix of both chasing complexity as well as doing density of checks. Otherwise, it turns into just chase complexity, just get Bat, just get relic, Heart Refresh, and then beat the game, right? It changes the risk reward so heavily that people will just skip like everything. So I don't think it's a good idea. Oh, there's nothing in the shop. Because I currently don't see a world where that's not the case, right? Also, MP refill glitch, let's go. Like, having Heart Refresh be that integral just seems too much. Yeah, if only the Heart Refresh could be split into 5 pieces. Like, I don't think it's worth forcing people to learn a version of a glitch that they're already learning through doing death skip. Wait, that has to be Bat, right? Yeah, it has to be Bat. Oh. Bat has to be at all rocks. That's interesting. Because the current logic has us getting Wolf and Bat before going to the second castle. Interesting. That kind of sucks, because then I think it might be optimal to skip Bat in the seed. Maybe not, though, because the Wolf is so slow without the Lycanthrope buff. It's weird. What if sellables were the only in complexity locations, as well as Fairy Card and Heart Refresh, and then you guarantee the Heart Refresh is a 500k drop in the shop? Well, you can do shop glitch without Fairy Card. You can do it multiple ways. Locking the Heart Refresh in second castle then just turns the game into get Bat and then go to the second castle to find Heart Refresh. It's the same. You're still skipping like a huge portion of the game. It just doesn't seem viable to have Relic Skip be part of the tournament settings unless I'm okay with having the game just be about skipping everything. Lock Heart Refresh behind Dracula? Now you're talking, actually. Hold on. Because then you would need all of the Vlad relics to fight Dracula. Ah, actually, that's a great solution. Very elegant. Wait, huh? So is Bat not required anymore? Is this a... I thought this used the logic where both Wolf and Bat were required to go to second castle, but I guess not. That's weird. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if there's just one more trick you have to learn to do any percent runs, that's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. And the people who are interested will just learn it because it's already basically the same thing that you learned with Death Skip. They're like the same idea. Did I check Sword Card? It said that I did, right? Wait, is Sword Card bugged? No, I checked it. I checked it. Yeah, so it just must not be in logic for Bat to be in the first castle like I thought it would be. Strange. Very strange. You know where he's crazy. So then this is just complexity 7, then? Is that the only difference? Complexity 7 and Soul of Bat. No, it was complexity 7 and Jewel of Open couldn't be layer 1. I think those were the only differences. Interesting, because I thought this also required Bat in First Castle. I'll talk to Eldritch about it. He's a busy boy doing other stuff. That's fine. Do I have better weapons? I mean, I probably do. I could probably just do both. Yeah. Oh, you're not allowed to learn what the rune sword says. It's impossible to figure out what the rune sword actually says. And it's also not allowed. You're not allowed to. Bone. This seed is kind of doo-doo. We don't have any library cards, too. And we're basically forced to go back to the first castle. On the bright side, we're missing the final Vlad, and that's it. Interesting. And we're still missing Jewel of Open. We're missing Bat. I guess I'll be a baby. We're also missing Mist. Well, there's that. I doubt it's gonna matter. It might actually. I'm trying to make this into a thing where it's more like any percent. What if I put duplicator in the pool of items? Or is that too much? Like in the pool of possible relics, add duplicator as one of the possible random relics. So some seeds you get duplicator. Is that something that we want? Because this just doesn't feel this doesn't feel like how I want it to feel. Like I want this to feel more akin to speedrunning the game and less like speedrunning the randomizer, while also keeping some of the aspects of the randomizer, like the randomized items a little bit. I feel like duplicator being a potential relic check is like, I think that's good actually, now that I think about it. Well, duplicator isn't available via shop glitch all the time because the duplicators are random. That would be random finding the duplicator in the shop. I don't think locking the duplicator in second castle is a thing that matters. I think just having the duplicator be a thing that you can get in a relic location could be nice, because there's already a lot of empty relic locations because of guarded logic. So like filling those out with duplicator could be cool. I think we go back because we found Mist. We might get punished, though, because this is a little bit lower complexity, so Mist might not matter, but we'll see. I think Mist unlocks a lot. If Jewel of Open is somehow still in the second castle, then we get punished for this. Because one of the things that I really, really appreciated about Lycanthrope is it always felt like you had something to do. It always felt like you were doing something impactful movement-wise, which is what made the speedrunning Lycanthrope a lot more fun, in my opinion, even if the preset had like a couple of ups and downs. And that's kind of what speedrunning the vanilla game is alike, is you, well, not really, but it was much more engaging that way. Where I feel like seeds like this, I just don't feel engaged at all. Like, I just don't care. I'm just doing baby bad movement that doesn't feel good. Like, I'm shield dashing or just back dashing everywhere. I have to make, like, it doesn't feel good, right? Like, doing double jumps and front slides and stuff like that is, like, fine, I guess. Like, I'm trying to fill out my movement the best I can, but it doesn't feel great. And, like, I have wolf movement in this seed, but it's, like, it's not Lycanthrope wolf movement because it's too, the MP is too expensive. And I was thinking, like, if I just had infinite mana prisms, that would make things, like, a lot better. And, like, any percent, the movement in any percent is, like, defined by having infinite mana as well. Like, infinite mana is, like, a huge aspect about speedrunning this game. So I feel like probably having a duplicator and starting with a mana prism, like, having your starting equipment be a mana prism, a neutron bomb, and then having the duplicator be something you find in logic could actually be really cool. I think I might change that aspect to it. I think that could change a lot, actually. What up, Kyox? I'm not really interested in boosting the viability of Shop Glitch. Oh, see, we got punished. The lower complexity means that this was bait. I did save, split this, but shit, man. That's rough. Yeah, no, the cape is great. I'm a big fan of this cape. It's the last day of Pride Month, so makes sense that we would get this cape before the end. No, I do not want to change the MP cost of movement in this preset. I would rather give people Duplicator and Mana Prism. I think that would be more interesting. And I think starting with a Mana Prism is fine, because one Mana Prism doesn't really matter until you find the Duplicator anyways. And if you used your Mana Prism early, then, like, Lamau, why would you do that? That's like, that would be a skill issue. So, yeah, I'm starting to like the idea of guaranteed Duplicator somewhere in the seed, just randomly. Get that ass down here. And read the Bible, you nerd. Guaranteed fairy for shop glitch. You guys are like really weirdly invested in shop glitch. I don't think shop glitch is like that big of a deal. Like I don't really care if people do shop glitch or not. Shop glitch is not that big of a deal in like the any percent speedrun either. I'm going the wrong way. I don't got this fucking relic. Shit. But yeah, like I'm not interested in trying to buff shop glitch or whatever. I'm just trying to make it so that way this feels like a good speedrun preset. Yeah, like this seed had like nothing good in the shop anyways. I don't think shop glitch is that fun or interesting, to be honest. I think it's fine to allow it, but I don't think trying to force people to do it every single run is that interesting. Like, there's a very thin balance I'm trying to find, and I don't think that this is getting closer, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. Thought the intention was to make people learn glitches. If you can't figure out how to do shop glitch, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you probably shouldn't be allowed to go on the internet. Like, it's not difficult. Like, it's not... Like, if you're having trouble with shop glitch, like, I think it's one thing to allow it, because people will learn it because it's allowed, but it doesn't mean that I have to force people to do it every single run. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. That's like saying, like in Guarded OG, you are not allowed to get the silver ring without Spike Breaker. Versus every other preset, it doesn't mean that you have to get silver ring without Spike Breaker in every other preset just because it's not allowed in that one specific preset. You know what I'm saying? Right? Just because it is allowed doesn't mean I have to force people to do it every single time. Because people will learn how to do it because it's allowed. And it will come up. It's the same thing with, I spent hours learning the Dark Wolf strat because it was allowed and it was useful to do. But it doesn't show up in every single Lycanthrope speedrun. I don't think because it's a thing that exists, it doesn't mean that you have to force it every single time. I'm pretty sure people will do... I mean, people will do Richter skip every single time. Because I think the logic of the randomizer would be a lot worse if we didn't have Richter skip in logic. If Richter skip was allowed to be done out of logic, I think that would cause too many issues. No, I'm saying people who can't figure out how to do shop glitch probably shouldn't be on the internet because they'll, you know, they're probably not old enough or they don't have the mental capacity to understand being on the internet. I'm not interested in having a set starting gear necessarily because I feel like that takes away from a lot of what makes the randomizer interesting and fun. And it makes the starting gear actually matter because that's a big point of, like, I don't know. Like, I could be convinced that having the set starting gears could be fine as well. But then at that point, I don't know. It's a tough call. I have ideas. I think the duplicator being in one of the relic locations is fine. I think having key items like that that are important for speedrunning be part of the randomizer itself, I think is a good change when making a preset that's designed around speedrunning. I hate this guy. Why is the screen flash like that? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep thinking about it, and I think these test runs are giving me a lot of good ideas. Because I know it's not going to be perfect for a while. Like, that's perfectly fine in my eyes that, like, these, these seeds are going to be a little rough. But we'll see. Shop glitch was patched out in the PSP and PS4 version and the mobile version. Sorry, I don't know why my brain blanked there. They patched it out in pretty much all of the modern re-releases. But those versions suck anyways, so why would you play them? The mobile version's not that janky, to be honest. The mobile version's fine. It technically has more features than the PS4 version, so... I think the PS4 version's like the worst out of all of them. Like, I would rather speedrun on mobile before speedrunning on the PS4 version. I was hoping that we would find random bat, but I guess mist was random. So... I'm also starting to think that maybe silver ring is the final Vlad relic. And that Jewel of Open... I'm starting to think Jewel of Open is actually at Holy Glasses. Because I don't think we would find random mist, random ring, and random jewel in Second Castle, but I guess it's possible? I don't know. No, silver ring is bat, isn't it? And then the final Vlad relic is at Spike Breaker. Yeah. Echo, I think we already found it, right? Didn't we already find Echo like super early? I'm pretty sure we found Echo in the first castle somewhere, but I could be wrong. I've played 3 randomizer seeds today and my brain is melting. Any controller is viable for Alucard movement. There's no bad controllers. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. People play this game on dance pads and have beaten the game on dance pads. You'll be fine. I've seen people speedrun this game with Guitar Hero controllers. Just play on whatever you're comfortable with. I've played all the versions except Saturn and Gamescom. Dude, those are the best ones. What? First of all, the Game.com is the greatest console ever made. It's the greatest version of SotN ever made. Can't believe you haven't experienced perfection. And the Saturn version is the best because it has all of the extra content, so therefore it must be the best version. Isn't that right? That's what I've been told by all of the other people on the internet. But it has the extra area and extra boss fight, so it must be the best version. Maria's the only good part about Saturn, let's be real. Like, I'm just having a hard time enjoying this more than I enjoyed Lycanthrope. Lycanthrope, I felt like I was always engaged with movement. Where this, it just feels like the movement being so sparse is just like so whack. Don't I already have all Alucard shield? Yeah, I do. I don't need to pick that up. Like, the wolf is here, I guess, and I could do wolf movement, but wolf movement's also limited. Huh? Jewel of Open is at fucking Galamoth? Dude. Holy fuck, this is so bad. Why? What the fuck is this seed? That's the thing I don't understand. Mist was shared complexity with the rings, which is also shared complexity with fucking Silver Ring? Or sorry, Jewel of Open? Why are all three of them on the same layer? Just, I know it's complexity 7, but what the fuck? And like Spike Breaker is at Soul of Bat. Like, oh God. I've done speedruns of Richter, yes. Yeah, this is what I get for making sure Jewel of Open wasn't early in the seed, you're right. I don't know, I feel like all the tinkering has just made the seed, these, like, randomizer presets worse. But maybe I'm just getting unlucky. Remember Richter skip? Thank you. I would have forgotten and then just gave up. We had to go between... I mean, we didn't have to, but it... Dude... The entire second castle with no bat. Like, this is why I wanted bat to be guaranteed in the first castle before entering the second castle. Oh, I did skip Beelzebub as well, actually, because I didn't have Jewel of Open at the time. Wrong, bloody biscuit, mate. Wrong guy. That's a different guy. Very funny though. That'd be like somebody coming to me and being like, yo, Dragon Blitz, like that Roblox guy? Which would be very funny. I just hope it's here. If it's not here, then like... I don't know, this seed is just painful. That skip isn't useful in speedrunning. That skip is only useful in randomizer, so why would I teach people that? That's like randomizer only tech. There is no speedrun that needs to get Spike Breaker. I guess I have a attack potion. Probably should have just used that at the start of this. Whatever, man. I'm just so over it. Damn you, Zach Galifianakis, and your terrible. Ugh. Dude, making a randomizer preset is hard. Okay, we got a little lucky, I guess, but still unfortunate. Do I have drops? Always. What up, Cherry? I hope you've been well, man. Would I ever go for Richter World Record? Maybe at some point. I don't know. I feel like a big portion of my life as a speedrunner is more or less behind me. And speedrunning in and of itself for me now is more of a conduit for creating good content. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to hang out, man. It's gonna be fun. In my mind, hardcore speedrunning for the sake of gaining world records and that's it is not necessarily the greatest of content in the current year. So in my eyes, it just doesn't feel very, like, worth it to do so when my job is literally being a content creator now, more so than ever. Being a speedrunner is secondary to that. And I've also, like, mostly done everything I've wanted to speedrunning wise as far as like proving that I'm like good at a video game. Like I don't think I need to do that anymore. It has nothing to do with running the same game over and over again. It has to do with just the economics of the situation. Like my job is not speedrunner. My job is content creator who makes content around speedrunning. And even then the randomizer is maybe a hot take, but it's barely speedrunning. Like, yes, you can speedrun randomizers, and yes, there is skill to it, obviously. But, like, this is not speedrunning. Like, the speedrunning of 2013, the community of speedrunners that I joined when I first started speedrunning is completely different. Making the game feel fresh is, like, somewhat antithetical to what speedrunning ends up becoming. And speedrunning is the same game, the same skill set being tested over and over and over again with small optimizations, where randomizer is like the antithesis of that. Like speedrunning a randomizer is like the opposite of speedrunning video games. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact, I think there's a reason why randomizers are just better content in general and why more people are drawn to watching randomizers than they do watching the same speedrun over and over and over again. Like, there's just a very understandable reason for that case. Is that my only potion? Is the mana prism? Sure, whatever. Okay. We got lucky that it was here and not any of the other Jewel of Open locked locations. Because I'm pretty sure it could have been any Jewel of Open locked location. Like, they were all equally likely because Jewel of Open was like the highest complexity up to this point, but I could be wrong. I have seen Break the Targets Randomizer. I meant to try that out at some point. It looks interesting. I'm surprised more people, like, don't try it. But I guess it's because Melee content creators are usually busy being, like, top-level players. But if there's ever a lull in the Melee competitive season, I wouldn't be surprised to see, like, Moki or somebody boot up the Break the Targets Randomizer. And turning content out of that. Yeah, I'll Richter skip again, true. Richter skip for the 3rd time! Let's give it up for Richter skip number 3! Time to swoop in as a Break the Targets influencer. that could be... Bro, you just gotta get in on it. It's like getting in on Fortnite before it blows up. You could be the world's next ninja, because obviously Break the Targets is going to be as big as Fortnite. But yeah, me doing like the 1626, I think might just be my last super serious world record grind. Because even the world records I got with Maria were not that serious. I don't know. I feel like it comes and goes. My motivation for doing really grindy world record level speedruns, like, it's something that I do genuinely love and I'm passionate about, but it's not like something that I want to do all the time. I feel like it's an itch that comes and goes. And I feel like nothing's going to really top the 1626 as far as that feeling. So, nah, SDA was like right before I joined. Like, I never submitted to SDA or anything like that. SDA started becoming less relevant around 2013, 2014, and that's when I was like speedrunning. Like, it's like when I started. SRL was like the big speedrunning website, Speedruns Live. I never was big on Speedruns Live either, because I wasn't big into racing. I was mostly just doing my own thing. There wasn't like a big racing scene for Symphony of the Night. Back then, at least. Thank God Speedruns Live isn't a thing anymore for us, though. Like, holy crap. Organizing runs on Speedruns Live it was miserable. Freaking IRC chat. Ugh. I'm not an IRC chat kind of guy. Like, I don't get it. I'm too stupid for IRC chat. It doesn't make any sense. What am I doing? Yeah, sure, whatever. Confirmed dopamine receptors destroyed. I think it's just more to do with, like, if I could be a streamer that gets like 500 viewers just speedrunning SotN and not making any other content, would I even do it then? I don't know, right? Because that's what Romscout was doing way back in the day. Homie was a 500 viewer Andy. Back when speedrunning world record attempts was enough content. But now that's just not a thing. Very few people can get away with their only source of content being just pure speedruns. and growing in general. I also am in a unique spot where my content comes from YouTube and Twitch, like coexisting together. Like I record stuff via my Twitch stream and then post it to YouTube, which is like a completely different way of like understanding content in general. Because you could, if you wanted to, post the same speedrun over and over and over again and post it to YouTube and try and grow an audience that way. But I feel like that's also genuinely difficult because like a lot of people will watch a speedrun once and then like fall off over time. I don't know. This seed wasn't that bad. An hour-long seed could have been worse, but it didn't feel great to play. And that's a problem. We'll keep working on this. I think, honestly, if Bat was guaranteed in first castle in a seed like this, it wouldn't have been that bad. I think I would have been fine with that. I think also adding the duplicator and mana prism in the seed could be nice. A nice way to help even out some of the movement. So it feels like you're constantly upgrading your character throughout the seed instead of like just finding Bat and then that's like the last thing you find as far as movement upgrades. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing that I also dislike about the randomizer is that like sometimes you just have like one set of movement for the entire seed. And even like something like skipping Bat ends up becoming like optimal because it's like, oh, there's no point in having Bat because I could just go beat the game instead. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll keep working on this preset. I think it has potential, but we definitely need to keep working on it. It's not amazing in the current state right now.